Good day, Pinoy Clixers and Mixers. Welcome back to the channel. Yes, with great power comes great responsibility, but with new sets comes new first appearance figures. Let's go! Okay, so we are looking at characters that has been clicked for the first time in the Marvel Heroclix Spiderverse set. Okay, at least those that we have in our collection. And you can see there are 7 in our collection. So let's jump into it as this might be a long video. The first one is Spider Bite. Okay, and Bite with a Y because she is the digital version, I guess, or digital Spider-Man or Spider-Man in the digital universe. Okay, so I'm not so sure of her background, but she is uncommon in the set number 19 with the Spider-Man team ability, Spider-Man family armor scientist keywords, and a, and a trait, excuse me, 2 places at once. Okay, but it's spelled with numbers instead of letters for some of the parts. Okay, so which grants her willpower, and when Spider Bite uses it and succeeds after resolutions, she may generate a Spider Bite on click number 1. Okay, so there's a common version of this. I'll probably make a separate video talking about this one comboed with the bite she generates. Okay, and she also has a special movement power, hacking the Spiderverse. Okay, which grants her free play Spider Bite adjacent to a friendly 003 Spider Bite within range. If you do, after resolution, Spider Bite may make an attack. Okay, so any free attack is good, and she comes in at 60 and 35 points. Okay, I'm leaning towards 35 points because that charge with super strength CCE is just amazing. Margot Kess of Earth 22191 is the real name for this Spider-Man. Okay, so as I said, look forward to a video about her and her clones, I guess, or her other bites. The second figure that we're going to look at is a chill guy called Spider UK. So a rare with set number 38, Mystics and Spider-Man team ability, Excalibur. So that's why I have him in my collection because of the Excalibur, Spider-Man family, and mystical keywords. He has a couple of traits, friends across the Spider-Verse. I think we've seen this in a lot of figures from the set that when they hit, they can call in a character of less points to put adjacent to them. And a second trait, Web Warriors, keep calm and web on. Empower and leadership. When Spider UK uses it, any of these powers actually, friendly characters with the Web Warriors trait within 3 squares are considered adjacent to him. So giving empower and leadership within 3 is as an area of effect can be powerful. And she has a special movement power, the perfect Koopa charge. When Spider UK uses it and hits after resolutions, you may remove an action token from a friendly character within range, I guess, including himself. So when he hits with a charge, and he does have exploit, so I think he's a brawler, either for 80 or 45 points. I tend to like the 45 points more because he comes with a shape change, which again succeeds on a 4 to 6 because he has the Spider-Man family, Spider-Man team ability. Okay, he also has improved movement elevated, as all Spider-Man should have. Real name is William Braddock, Earth 833. Okay, so I'm not so familiar with the lore, but Braddock is always associated with Excalibur teams, okay, with Captain Avalon and all of that. And you can see here, he is standing on a cup. The teacup is standing on a plate, is holded by Spider-Man UK, and Spider-Man UK is also standing on a plate. So it's an inception. Moving on to the next spider people, we have actually not a people, not a person, but spider cat. A spider cat is set number 36, a rare Spider-Man team ability, Spider-Man family, and animal keywords. And okay, let's try to make it focus. It has a trait, a couple of traits actually, friends across the Spider-Verse that we've seen, and my kind of allies when establishing teams, friendly characters with an animal keyword gain the Spider-Man family keyword. So any keyword cheating can be meta, especially for animal because, well, Kong is an animal. So you can make animal, the Kong, a Spider-Man team, a Spider-Man family keyword. And special movement power zoomies, which is pwe, okay. Zoomies, which is hypersonic speed. When Spider Cat uses it after resolutions, you may give an action token to an opposing character he moved through. Okay, so we're gonna keep it raw. So apologies for that. Uh, Her real name though is unknown from Earth 999. Okay, that seems like a good place to be. Maybe that's in the animal universe. Okay, so improve movement elevated and only 30 points though, so it's gonna be hard to get to call from to utilize this across the Spider-Verse trait because it has to be lower than 30 points. Okay, so it starts off with blades and senses, and towards the end of the dial, he has perplex as well. So that is Spider Cat. So those are the three quote-unquote heroes that have appeared for the first time in Heroclix form. So let's move on to the villains. And we have with us to begin with the man, the mountain, and the Marco, MMMM. 009 with a team player, team ability, Magia, Sinister Syndicate, the hand, and brute keywords. Nothing too fancy. What you see is what you get. Dial 60 or 40 points, but that 40-point line would need 6 clicks of damage and has invulnerability. So Michael Marco is a big man indeed. Okay. Next in line is Slides from an uncommon in the set, number 20, team player ability, and Magias, Masters of Evil, Thunderbolt, Scientist keywords. He has a trait, frictionless suit. Slide takes a maximum of 1 damage from close attacks and doesn't take knockback damage. So it would have been better if it's for all attack. When Slide is hit by an attack after resolutions, you may knock him back in the direction of your choice. So even if the character doesn't have the opposing character that attack him doesn't have knockback, he can still use that uh, knockback option on your direction. And then he has a special defense power. You're never going to catch me. You're wasting your time. Energy explosion and super senses. You can see he also has a full dial precision strike and moves to charge sidestep alternatingly towards the end of the dial. Okay, so this is Jalome Breacher. Okay, so I'm not so familiar with these two characters and more so the last two as well. I'm not a huge Spider-Man fan, okay, meaning comparing it to X-Men, I do know the basic, I guess. But we have here Kangaroo, often uh, mistaken for He-Man. So he is set number 43, a super rare. Sinister Syndicate, Animal Brute, Martial Artist keywords, with a couple of trait. I'm not nobody. I'm the kangaroo. Lip climb, sidestep. Kangaroo may use sidestep a second time if he knocked back an opposing character this turn. So that's good. So any movement, additional movement to move back a little or move forward further is welcome. Okay. So, and the second trait, I lived in kangaroo country, mate. So he is Australian, and has modifies his defense +1 when attacked by characters that can't use sleep climbs, which a lot of characters can't use it. Free. Make an attack, but only to target characters that can't use sleep climb. Okay. So Kangaroo is interesting because you can do charge, and then if the opponent doesn't have uh, what you call this or cannot use sleep climb, then you can make another attack. So close combat expert with an improved movement, blocking but does not destroy. So I guess he just jumps through the blocking terrain. Okay, and Frank Oliver, Amazing Spider-Man number 126 is the significant appearance, and it's 1973. So no wonder I'm not acquainted with the kangaroo. Okay, and finally we have one of our favorite figures, grand entrance, turn around, the wall. Okay. So the wall is a wall, set number 44, brute monster, with a trait all in all. The wall takes a maximum of 1 damage from attacks. When the wall is KO'd, generate a blocking terrain marker in the square he last occupied, protected pulse wave. So that's very thematic. You can see he's just a wall with 2, 10, 15, 3 stats. But he has a second trait, which is here's one wall you'll never crawl. Knockback. Characters knock back into the mall may take damage as if he were blocking terrain, protected pulse wave. So he's a wall. So and that's what wall do to characters. And special movement power faster than the average wall. Okay, which is technically true because walls do not move, and he has two, so he is faster than most walls. This also grants him sidestep and opposing lines of fire that cause the walls square are blocked unless they are drawn to the wall. So I guess that means if you are targeting characters from behind your enemy line, you cannot do that with the wall. Okay, even with Mern because it's a wall. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so and the faster than the average wall trait or special movement gives him sidestep, and opposing lines of fire that cross the wall square are blocked unless they are drawn to the wall, and opposing characters can't move through the wall square. Protected pulse wave. So he is indeed a blocker. So anyway, these are some of the first appearance in my collection. Which among them do you like the most? And of course, what you want to see in the next set for first appearance in Heroclix form? Please put it in the chat. And until next time, bye bye.